something new today.
Little nugget is this is a compass, and it points to the right because you're always supposed to level up. So that's
I love that.
that's what it is.
I listened to a quote today about that. This could be your like motto. Sometimes you have to go left before you get right. So in this job, sometimes you're gonna have a year where you just get your butt handed to you. Sometimes you're gonna have days where you're gonna just like go to the movies and learn your lesson the hard way, and your bank account goes to zero before you get right. Interesting, right? Sometimes it's a lesson. Like I've watched some guys, you have to maybe leave the industry. Maybe you have to go in and go see the other side or whatever before you get right. Because I've noticed in life, you're not always going to be on that compass's path this way. And it's, the favor is in us, and sometimes the favor isn't always in the path. Does that make sense? Meaning, we know we want to be this way, and all of a sudden we'll get deviated because a girl, I've watched guys get screwed in this job because of some chick. I've watched, or dude. I've watched guys go down these bad paths of like, I'm going to go on a hiatus and drink and do whatever, and then they just distracted. Sometimes they get distracted with like the wrong vision of school or jobs, the greener grass, like take other competitors might sit there and call you guys. But the grass isn't green over there, I promise. The grass is green where you water it. We've all heard that. And so sometimes we think the favor is in that path, and sometimes the favor is in us. But I guarantee you, if you're sitting in this room, you all have the favor's in you. You've got to just ask yourself, is the favor in this path too? And you align those two, and you say, okay, this is the right path. Let's run down it. And path means this. I've created an acronym for path. Is do you have the potential to get where you want to go? Are you taking the actions that you need to take to get there? Do you have the right team to support you in that? And that's why I said, hey dude, you got to level up. You got to take a stand to do 1,000 accounts plus this year for these guys. As the captain. You got to take a stand. You got to take a stand to say, if we bring in new guys, I'm going to be the teammate that pushes them. Michael Jordan, it's crazy. I interviewed Tim Grover. Do you guys know who Tim Grover is? He was Michael Jordan's trainer, wrote the book Relentless. And he was telling me a story. He came to my house. It was actually dope. He flew in, hung out all day. I have a basketball court, and he was passing me critiquing my shot. I was like, you critique Michael Jordan's shot. Sick! Therefore, I'm Michael Jordan. Just kidding. I want to be like Mike. No, it was actually a cool moment. But he told me a story about Michael. And he said Michael was so interesting because he would have players getting recruited by other teams, and he would call the recruiters and he would say, you're overpaying for this guy. I was like, what? What a dick move. You know what I mean? He's like, why are you going to pay that guy that much? You're an idiot. He's going to play half as good on your team as he does on my team. And I was like, interesting. He'll be half as good. I pull the greatness, our culture with Phil and me and the team and the competitiveness that we create makes him good. He's not that good. And the last one is habits. What are the habits you need to be creating? It's not doing yet, but it's creating. Because I have a whole formula. I'm writing a book called The Achievement Framework. And then the next piece of the puzzle, once you figured out the path, the how, you then have consistency. How often are you staying on that path? Because it's like, what's her name? Wizard of Oz, Dorothy. Follow the yellow brick road. This is the path, right? She's singing the song, follow the yellow brick road. And all of a sudden, the Tin Man comes. He's like, will you help me? I don't have a hoe. Or whatever. He's like, I don't have a brain or whatever. And they keep going on these deviations of this stinking path. And it's like, damn it, Dorothy, just stay on the yellow brick road. Why do you keep jumping off? Why do you keep getting pulled by the witches and all this stuff. All you do is put your head down and not follow the Oompa Loompa midget people and those stupid monkey things. Like, just keep walking, girl. And she keeps getting distracted. You want to get to point B, which might be make $100,000. It might be go create a team of 50 dudes. It might be XYZ. Stop getting distracted by things that don't matter and stay to this path. Because the biggest thing is, like, what I realized is I wasted a lot of time. I may have gotten far in this industry. I feel like I've not even come close to the pinnacle. And I like lead the industry right now in like a weird way. I don't say that like, I say that in a sense of like, I'm trying to really inspire the whole, like globally. Like I interviewed a dude from Australia yesterday. But for me, I'm like, I feel like I'm on a really cool path. And anytime I look at distraction off of this path, because I get hit up every day like, hey man, let's start this business. Or hey man, like, can you do this? Hey man, can you come do this? And I'm like, no. I have to say no. For every one time I say yes, I say no to 20 other things. Because I've learned the principle of just, I'm on a path, I'm on a mission, don't take me off it. Because it's going to slow me down. And if I would have learned that practice 5-10 years ago, I'd be a lot farther. But I had to learn it. Like it was a learning thing.